What are we going to do today, Brain?
The same thing we do every day, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Narf.
Hey guys, welcome to Sparrow's Nest Farm. Well, Sparrow's Nest Farm car, maybe? As you can see, we are on a bit of a road trip. In fact, it was a road trip that we only planned about an hour ago. But we are headed up to Michigan to see an old dear friend of mine and to pick up something fun for the house. So, we thought we'd bring you along. Smile, honey. So, we suddenly realized this morning that it was kind of unusual for us to be in the same video together. Usually I'm doing my own thing, he's doing his own thing. Occasionally we will record for each other, but for the most part, we kind of just do our own thing. And
which is weird, because I promise we do stuff together all the time.
we really do. We do spend a good amount of time together, but we both just have our own projects and interests that we work on. So, road trip food. We stopped at a gas station to grab some road trip food. And I'm diabetic, so I have to eat, I have to be very careful about the things that I eat, and there's not usually a lot of choices at a gas station. So, I picked one of these up. It's just a little, meat and cheese, just one of those little throw together things that have become popular, and which is nice for me. But you know, when you cut up cheese, if you stick it all in the same bag, it's going to stick together. So the commercial products always have like this powdery coat on them, and I don't remember what it's made of, but it's just to keep it from sticking together, and it's usually not a big deal until it is. Now, my cup of cheese was just fine. It had the right amount of powder to keep things from sticking without it really being noticeable. But Whit opened his up and he's like, "Is this moldy?" And I'm like, "No, that's just the powdery coat, it's fine." So after he's been eating them for a few minutes, he's like, "These taste like feet."
You still have a slight hint of toe.
And I'm like, "No, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure that it doesn't taste like feet." So I tried one, and I must have got one without much of the coating on it because it was fine. It tasted like mine did. No big deal. He's like, "Okay, well, do you want the rest of these?" Sure, why not? Well, after eating a few of them, suddenly I found one that also tasted like feet. And needless to say, I've put the cup down. And I'm not eating them anymore either. So, I guess lesson learned, don't buy the meat and cheese packs for road trips.
Not from Love's, at least. Ugh. That was horrible.
I mean, really though, you have to have road trip food. Doesn't everybody do that? Everybody goes and gets road trip food. Even if it's like a really short road trip, you gotta get road trip food. We're only going about 2.5 hours to our destination today. So not super long, but long enough that, you know, your stomach's gonna get a little empty.
So you can tell them where we're going or why we're going?
Yeah.
Because I'm just being dragged along for the ride.
He actually did. He, when I told him I was thinking about making this trip today, he at first was just going to let me go and then decided he'd go ahead and come with me. So he did drop what he was planning today on his Jeep project to come with me on this. But I'm actually glad that he did, because we are headed up into Michigan and we are going to meet up with a friend of mine that I have not seen in 25 years. And that makes me feel so old. I'm sorry, Min. I am. Mindy and I were really good friends when I was in my early teens. We lived down the road from each other. In fact, my mom was renting a house from her dad. So her parents were our landlord for a while. And since we lived close to each other, about the same age, we just naturally started hanging out and became good friends. And being that my mom has a bit of a wanderlust thing, so we moved around a lot. We didn't stay very long, and I always missed her. And it turned out when we connected on Facebook that she had always missed me and wondered where I went to. So in that way, I am so grateful for Facebook and the ability that I've had to connect with friends that I've made in all of our moves. So, going to see Mindy, and Mindy has an annual big multi-family garage sale at her house every year. And I had been thinking I would just go up and take a peek at what she's got, because I haven't seen her in forever. I thought it would be a nice way to spend the day. So I'm looking at her online post about her garage sale, and I saw something that
should be a surprise.
I could not resist. Something I'm really excited to get, something that's going to make our house epic. So,
if it works.
If it works. It's not... He thinks he can make it work, but he's a little worried that it won't. And there's always that possibility, but we like trying things, so we're going to give it a try. And if it works, epic house. If it doesn't work, epic greenhouse.
Maybe.
So it is several hours later. We spent a few hours just hanging out with my friend, getting reacquainted and enjoying some conversation, which was very nice. And we are now on the way home. And there's something back there. As you can see, the tailgate is propped open. Hopefully we don't lose anything, because it doesn't have the tie down like a normal car would.
I just missed my turn.
Apparently I'm distracting him. So I guess I better sign off for a while until we get back on familiar ground.
So we're most of the way home. We've got a little ways to go. It's been an interesting trip, complete with toad cheese and all. We just passed the place where we got the toad cheese this morning.
Jeez.
But soon we'll be home, and then we get to see how much of a headache this door is going to be.
Well, here we go.
Ready for the reveal?
There it is. The new storm door. Hopefully. Or if not, the new greenhouse door. Either way, yet another thing that just screams America. Okay, so it was a really long day in the car. We were gone for like 8.5 hours, but it was so good to spend time with my friend. Whit thinks he's going to be able to make the door work, which is awesome. It's going to look great, and I'm really excited. And I just went to check on the garden. I've got a few tomatoes that are almost ready, and then I've got this. This one's going to be my first that I get to eat.
Not including the little cherries.
Not including the cherries. The cherries don't count. Those are just snacks. This is the first... I've got a shadow on my face. This is the first, like... What's funny about this one, though, is this came off of the patio cherry tomato plants.
That's not a cherry.
That's not a cherry. That's not even a saladette size. It's a very small slicer. But, so excited. This is going to be my lunch tomorrow.
So, it's been a day. It's been different. It's been unexpected.
And I am now ready for bed. Good night, y'all. Thanks for joining us on our adventure today. Take care. God bless.
This dog is getting more and more ridiculous by the day.